Hi everyone, Dr. Jenkins. Hope everyone's doing well and you're getting along with everybody at home during this forced stay at home. I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to share with you some ideas about ergonomic setup in your own home. A lot of patients have come in saying that they're having neck tension or headaches or low back pain because they're set up at their dining room table or they're set up at their workstation at a desk that isn't ergonomically correct for them, or even that they're working at their center island in the kitchen or on their couch. So I'm going to go through and show you a couple of things that you can do to take some pressure off of your body and hopefully give you a little bit of relief during this time that we're forced to be working from our laptops at home. So you can see me here at my dining room table with the laptop, and I'm sure that this is a position that many of you are utilizing while you're home, working from home from your computers. The problem with this is, in this setup here, the dining room chairs may be comfortable for me to sit at and have dinner at, but if I'm going to be here for hours on end doing work, they're really not the best ergonomic setup here. If you look down at my feet, you can see that my feet are barely touching the floor as I'm sitting here. You can see that when I sit all the way back against this chair, it forces my shoulders to round forward, which causes my head to come forward as well and put a lot of tension in my neck. And even if I move closer, it's still a situation where my elbows are up in this position. So there are a couple of things that you can do if this is a position that you must be in at your dining room table. The first one would be to take some sort of a step stool and put it underneath the table and put your feet on that step stool. Now this one is a little too high for me here, but you can see what that did is it automatically forced my back into an upright position. Now I can't actually lean forward. The ideal situation would be to have a stool that allows my feet to sit on it and my knees just equal to my hips or slightly higher. Now, while sitting at my laptop computer, I'm in a much better position as far as being upright. The other thing that you can do is take a pillow and put it behind your back on your chair. That forces you again into that more upright position as you are working on your laptop. As you can see now, my back is straight up and down, my head is directed right at my computer, and my elbows are pretty close to a 90-degree angle, as are my hips, knees, and ankles. This is a much better position that you can stay in for a much longer period of time that won't cause as many aches and pains. I'm going to show you a couple other areas of the house as well. So you can see we're at the kitchen island here, and for those of you who have a stand-up workstation at the office, this might be a better option for you. Just make sure that your laptop screen is tilted back so that you're not looking down and you're not doing this type of a motion as you're working on your laptop. What I like about this is oftentimes the island countertops are at a height that are relatively easy for the pressure of your shoulder and arm. So if you have problems with carpal tunnel, if you have problems with shoulder issues, this can be one that takes some of those pressures off of those areas. It also gives you the opportunity to move around and walk rather than getting up and down. If standing at your island is not a comfortable position for you, I actually like sitting at the island better than I like sitting at the dining room table. Most island countertops and stools that are at those countertops give you the opportunity to have a much more upright posture, 90-degree angle at the hips, 90-degree angle at the knees, because my feet aren't going to touch the ground. They're going to be on the crossbar of the stool down here. And then I can set up my laptop for me to work here. Again, if you need to tuck a pillow behind you, the way that we did in the dining room, that can help to keep your body upright, but this is probably the best station for you to do your work. I know it's a little unfortunate that you have to clean up each time because of making dinner and serving, etc. But this is really a much more ideal position than most of our dining room table setups. So here in the family room, sitting on the couch, this is probably the worst place to set up your workstation. If I'm sitting on the couch and I've got to lean forward onto a coffee table, that coffee table is going to be lower than my body. Now, while ergonomically my legs are set up well, my knees, my feet, if you had a tray that you could set your laptop on, this can become a very good workstation for yourself. But again, you'd have to tuck those pillows behind your back in order to give you some level of support so that you're not rounding forward. You can see that as my computer drops down low, my shoulders are going to come forward, my head's going to come forward. This is a posture that creates a lot of headaches, a lot of shoulder issues, and a lot of low back pain. This is not something that you want to be in for long durations of time. If you need to just answer a quick email, etc., it's fine to be on your laptop at the couch, but this is not an ideal position for you to do any length of work. Leaning back comfortably along this position is going to seem great for the first 20 minutes or so, but you're going to start to compress the legs, compress the ankles. Again, this is not the best position to set up any workstation that you need to be at for any length of time. Here we are back at the dining room table, and I thought that I would just give you a couple of things ergonomically for whether you're doing data entry or you're on screen at all times. So again, creating sort of a 90-degree angle for ourselves for my elbow and my wrists being nice in line with my forearms. My screen tilting to a position that doesn't cause me to do this, or worse, cause me to do this. And what really is going to matter here is whether you are staring at your computer screen the whole time or whether you're looking at another piece of paper that you need to constantly be entering into the screen. If you are looking at your screen the whole time, your best move is to have that screen directly in front of you so that you can be typing looking directly at your screen the whole time. If, however, you have data entry to do, your best move is actually not to have your screen in front of you, because that's going to force you to keep going like this. Or even if you're a good typist and you can sit like this, that's going to put a lot of pressure. The best thing that you can do is put both of these on angles for yourself so that you're absolutely minimizing the amount of motion that you need to go back and forth to do. And if you can actually take whatever data entry you're utilizing or inputting into the computer and have it propped up, it's much easier on your neck, because this is now the only thing that you are shifting as far as your body goes. This motion will take a lot of pressure off of your body versus sitting in this position and doing your data entry, which is what I see a lot of individuals doing. So I hope some of those tips helped. If you're struggling at home and you need a little bit of assistance with setting some of these things up, feel free to give me a call. Maybe we can FaceTime and I can look at your setup and give you little tips on things that you might be able to do to make yourself more comfortable. The key is we've got a little ways to go with this. We want to make sure you're as comfortable as possible. If you're having problems, you can come into the office. We are open. Come on in, get adjusted. And the key here is stay healthy, stay happy, and we're going to get through this, and we'll see you then. Take care.